Well, welcome to tonight's episode. We're going to do a little trim. We're going to talk about what I got going on here. I'm not sure that I can see this. I probably can't see it on my television to use as a monitor. But let me turn the banner off here. We'll turn the banner off. And we're going to have to invite some people. We'll have to get the link. Control C. Close this. And then resize. And we come over here to open forum. Live stream now. Come on. This thing is so slow. You know, it's really aggravating with the technology that we have today. Everything's got to come on. I think what's happening is that with everybody else spying going on, it's eating up the resources. Unbelievable. Okay, so we got that up and rolling. Let's run that down. And we'll go open. There we go. All right, I got 0 viewers right now. And nobody in the chat. So I'll do a little talking myself. What I had planned on doing here is I'm trying to make it as similar to Billy's Junar, you know, that era of airplane. And Chris did a couple of airplanes that had some similar trim to this, but you know, I don't want to copy anybody exact anyway. So I had a couple of different ways to go. I cut these stencils today. I had the smaller USA here and the larger USA. And I got to thinking, well, I'm going to do the red up on the top here. So maybe the smaller one would be better. I don't know. So I figured that I would do the reverse XL on this, and I considerably reduced the XL on mine than Chris's. He had one that ran off the page. So first thing I'm going to do is we're going to pick this out and get some transfer on it, and we'll see what it looks like. But I want to get a line here for one of the fans we're going to put our checkerboards on tonight. I'm also going to, this goes relatively quick once I get started. I'm just kind of daydreaming on what it should look like. You know, having never made one of these. So I really don't have a paint scheme in my head of what I'm doing. So here's my XL, and I'm going to place it on the white rudder, and we're going to paint that top red so that the letters will be reversed in white. So I have a couple of different type transfer tapes here. One is like masking tape, and this is clear. And I like to clear for when I'm trying to position things and I can get an eyeball on things and can more or less get it centered up a little better. So we'll cut that out of that. I did all my stencils today on the plotter that I had bought. I don't know, I didn't feel that, you know, so few guys have a stencil cutter, and I didn't feel that I'd do a video on that, because it only took a few minutes to do the file and get it cut. It took longer to pick it, and I know you don't want to watch me pick it. If you're just joining, you can join the chat, turn your camera on, you can talk to me, or you can just watch the stream later. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to put this XL on the rudder. So you want to, well, I better transfer it. I use this squeegee. And that sticks the masking material to the clear tape. And then we're going to peel this off. So now we have the XL on the clear tape. And I can position it on the rudder where I want it. And that looks pretty good right there, like that. So now all you do is we're going to rub the stencil down onto the rudder. And then peel off the tape. It sure makes it a whole lot easier to do things this way than when I was younger and I had to do all that lettering by hand, where I would either hand letter it with a brush, which I have done, or tape them out and do it. But you saw, like you saw right there, how quick that was. I think I'm going to try to reuse this piece of mask for the other side, which is right here. So this is how the XL starts out. You have to prepare the stencil. I'm going to pull off the outer and leave the XL onto the transfer. Now, one thing I did notice, when I make these files in Cut-A-Lot Pro, hey, we got somebody joining up here. Go ahead and turn your mic on if you can. If not, well, let me turn the chat on to see if I can see that. Chat. All right, Rusty K. Hey, Rusty. You should be able to chat in the box, and I should be able to see it. But it's kind of hard to pay attention to that and do this too. So what I was going to get at, here's a little fine hair that comes from when the cutter double cuts. This file was sent to me, and I guess it was done by Cena originally, and the resolution was low, so it double cuts on those letters. And my particular cutter, when I do it in my cutter, it cuts one line real clean, and that's it. But we'll get over that. That's not a big deal. So I use this piece of tape on the other side that I just put on, and we're going to just transfer it on here, and hopefully it'll work. Because I really hate to waste the material. This stuff gets so expensive, it's beyond belief. if you turn your mic and your webcam on, you can talk to me and I can see you or whatever. I know you're in there. Mic isn't working tonight. I'll just watch a while. I was working too. Okay, thanks. No problem. I'm hoping that you guys are enjoying the new feature that I've finally figured out how to do. What that does is, if you want to interact with me, show me something, I can answer the question up front instead of trying to figure it out on the web. So now I've transferred this piece to the bit of clear tape, and we're going to set it on the rudder where I think it looks good. I got to try to get it mostly symmetrical. So it's down here like so. And as I've stated, I really shrunk this down from what Chris had. He had it was running off the page. So it's up here like so. And you can only see one side at a time, so it doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but close would be nice. So we have here, and it's going the opposite direction too, so. Let me just put it down. So I'm pushing the stencil down on it. And we'll take up the clear transfer tape. Now these checkerboards on the fuselage, I've kind of come up with a slick way. There's another thing, when I got the file, he didn't have it set up in bounding boxes. And I don't know how he did it, but I set everything up in a bounding box and made it easy on myself. So that's good, and I think that'll look good reversed. Instead of painting black letters or whatever, we'll have white letters back here on a red background. So that'll be cool. Now we're not going to do the USA yet until I get the top and the bottom on, and I can center them in between. Let's see here. Okay, good. So I don't know what I'm going to do about the chicken here. This is a kind of a Cena type thing, but we'll figure it out. The reason why there's a problem with the chicken on the front of mine is that I'm running a Super Tiger and the exhaust comes right out on his head. So I either have to do the other side first and match this side or whatever. So I think I'll get this ready for the other side too. We're going to get this XL. I'm going to get the stripe down and then the XL. So pick out this side. This gets white. White on red or white on orange would be very difficult to do, and I'm going to show you a trick that I do to make that work. There's one of them hairs I was talking about from the double cut. If you don't get all them hairs out, you'll have a problem when you spray it. So here's the chickens. I'll get them ready to go. I don't know who's going to be joining tonight. This is just kind of an open BS session. I'll run it about an hour, and then I'll be back at 9 o'clock. Hopefully by then I got some of the stuff straightened out. Now this font is called Bada Boom, and and that's from Randy Powell. I happened to see his slider. It had that font on it, and I go, I like that. And I asked him where he got it from, and went and got it. So that's it. Now, these checkerboards that go on the fuselage right up there next to it, kind of a problem. You got to kind of think about how am I going to get that to go around the leading edge and look right. So what I thought of and how I'm going to make it mate at the leading edge is I'm going to cut this off right at this checkerboard and put that right in the center of the leading edge. And then when I do the other side, we'll put them centered up, and then I'll tape in between them so that this front checker goes around the leading edge like that. Because I have these same checkerboard setups for the other side, right here. Now, in order to make them mate up, we're going to have to cut them. I cut these down for index marks. And I'll show you what I mean here in a second. Let me get my foam piece. I see somebody coming in. Who we got in there? Howdy, Lyle. How you doing?
How you doing? Remember me?
What's that?
You remember meeting me at Brodex? We had quite a chat.
Can't hardly see you, but let me see here.
There I am.
Yeah, I remember you. I hope you're liking the new feature.
This is my first sign-in. I'm sitting in a hotel room in New Jersey on a business trip. Just got back from dinner.
Oh, great.
Better than watching TV, man.
Yeah, you can't talk to the television.
That's right. Television doesn't show how to build an airplane.
What I was doing here, what I thought about doing is I cut these checkerboards to index right up against the fuselage. And as I was stating before you come on, I'm going to have a hard time mating them up to make it look right. So I'm going to cut this. Let's see, this is this side.
There you go.
We got to make sure we have the right ones here.
How come I can't see you? All I got is a little circle with a picture of the nose of your airplane.
Oh, really? Well, my camera. Oh, wait a minute. Turn the camera. Let me try that again. How about now?
Now I can see you. No, now it went away again.
Well, that's on your end then. There it is. How about now? Can you see me?
No. That's strange. Now I could see you again, but then it goes away. So I get it. What's going on?
That's on your end there. What I would do is go up to the settings. Maybe there's a gear on top.
Yeah.
Take your mouse, settings, and void. Cancel.
I'm on my phone right now.
I don't know anything about a phone. Now, Rusty says he sees us both, so it's got to be on your phone. I lost your picture. All I see is a...
I'm coming back.
There you are.
All right.
That's definitely got to be on your end.
Yeah, something's going on. I don't know what.
I don't do any of this stuff on a phone, so I can't really help you.
All right, well, I'm going to have to put on my laptop.
Yeah.
Come back. Yes. Give me a couple minutes and I'll be back.
All right.
See you in a few.
So how am I going to... This one's for this side. So in order to index this, I need... Now, this is not going to be as easy as one would think. So I'm going to cut this stencil off right at that line, as I was stating. And this line will go right on the leading edge. And that will index to that line like so. And we hope. And then put the tape in between it, and that should work. So I need to cut this off to index this other side for the bottom. It makes a lot of sense there. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm doing. So we got to cut this off. And then at the trailing edge it should mate too. We hope. Yeah, all we can do is hope. I think it's time for a new scalpel blade. So, you know what? Let's pull it up and straighten that out. This is going to work perfect. We'll cut them both at the same time. Nice. Don't ask me how I know how to do all this shit, because I don't know. I'm guessing. Dream it up as I go. There we go. So if that's on the leading edge, and this is up against the fuselage side, that should work perfect. So we'll index it right there. Okay. The back side here. Yeah, it should work perfect. So let's stick it down and see what happens. You know what? The problem is if I stick it down, if I pull that off, it'll be hard heck to get back in the same exact spot. So let's index it with some tape. Well, Rusty saw both of us, but Lyle is gone. He might be out in his car getting his laptop. Who knows? Okay, this is the bottom. Anytime you guys are joining my hangout, I just read something on the YouTube terms of service page. Please don't come in and ever play any music, because they could shut my channel down. I'll have to boot anybody or mute them if there's any kind of copyrighted music in the background. I guess the lighting is all right. Oh, I know what it is. We're gonna get the toolbox. And I go up here. I'm going to turn this like that. No, that's right. That's it. Let's see what the picture looks like here for Rusty. Ah, yes, you're holding it. What is that? A shoestring. Yeah. You got to get yourself a camera so you can talk at me. And we'll close up that. Get the chat back up. I don't know why. Let me try this. No, that doesn't work. I don't know. I'm still learning. I'm still learning this setup, so whatever. It's a learning curve. Anyhow, let's get some masking tape. What did I do with it? Can't find the masking tape. Here it is. It's a problem. You become too organized and you can't find shit. So we're going to put that right. I'm going to put that right there. And then I'm going to fix this right here. And we'll hope we can get it on there. This is a really strange way to do things, but it's everything's overlapping, so I have to paint certain things first. Like the XL is in white over there, so I'm going to be switching back and forth, white, red, and black, all the way through this, and hopefully I can get it in my head how to get the stencils on in the correct order. So now we're going to take peel this off and hope that I can get it on in the right spot. So it goes here. That looks pretty good. Looks like we got it close. Now, I don't know how he did his, but I'm going to cut this here, take the flap off, and tape them. I want this airplane to be super nice, so I'll do everything the right way. You know, I could just peel this off and paint it and then not touch it up or whatever, but I'm gonna do it like you would paint a new car. Take everything off, paint inside the jams and all that. So take that off. So I got that. I have to prepare that stencil. Making sure to get the hairs out of it. Who we got here? We got 0 viewers. All right, Rusty, take care. This hangout will only run till probably 7 o'clock. I'll be back at 9. Hopefully with a little progress. Let me stop this here because I want to see what he had to say. So, for any of you guys that are watching it on YouTube and not participating in the live chat, these questions and answers go away, and you can't see them after I close this window out, which is a bad feature. I'm going to see if there's something that I can do to change that. Because if nobody's talking to me and they're typing at me and then I close it out, you don't know that anybody's been on there. Not that it matters. I guess Rusty's back. I'm not sure. Anyway. I'm preparing the stencil. We'll turn it over and see if we can get it lined up. Which is going to be a real trick. Now you're back. Or somebody's back. Okay, got a lot of shit here. Sure is handy having your own stencil cutter. I'll tell you that right now. I cut this pile of stencils, and some of them were okay, and some of them weren't. And, you know, if I need to change something, I can do it right away. So that's a good thing. So now we're going to try to match that to the other side, and then I'll take the flap off and we'll straighten it out. So that's it. That's going to work good. I need to take some of this off of here, though. There's too much tape material. Switch out the blades. The hour last night went really fast with Chris Rudd back and forth. But there again, I was the camera operator and I screwed up and I turned only on his camera on. But I figured that out now too, so I'll get better at it as I go. I got those shirts that I'm going to do in remembrance of Schultze. I think that's going to be he will certainly be missed. He was funny. Okay, so I need to index that right there, so I'll put some tape on here. This was pretty slick. I was trying to figure out how I was going to go around that leading edge and make it look right. I hope you guys enjoyed the show last night. It was fun. So that's that. I think maybe a pen mark on there would help to index the length. So put that right there like that. Tilt tip pen, where did it go? One viewer and one watcher, right? Or camera guy. I don't know who's doing what. I kind of hear somebody. So now, in order to index it up and forth, back and forth, I have it indexed this way, but I want to make sure it goes around the leading edge right. I'm going to put a mark on this and a mark on the tape. So I line that up, and it should be perfect. Kind of like doing rods on a motorcycle. Okay, boy, what a lot of work for this. I hope it yields good results. So we got the index marks, and it's got to be on the tape right there. Need some wax paper. Well, if it doesn't, if it ain't right, we're kind of screwed. I think it is. Yep. And you probably won't be able to see it in the video of why I did it this way. But this checkerboard on the leading edge would have looked terrible. Terrible if I didn't do it this way. And we'll made up the back check as well. figured I would do white first. Do that white XL first, and then I figured by 9 or 10 o'clock tonight I should have this pretty much laid out in trim if I sit here and do it. Okay, so that's how I did that piece. Now, if you look at the front here, you can see what I'm talking about, where it mates up. And I'll take 2 pieces of tape and go around that, and then tape that off real good, and then we'll have 1 stripe around there instead of having 2 stripes offset, if that makes sense. So now I have to figure out how to get this backing loose from it. And the interactive videos, I think, are going to be a great addition to my channel if I can get you guys to participate. Man, if I stick it on that, maybe it'll pull up easy this way. Nope. I can't get the clears off to separate because I didn't leave an overhang. How am I going to do that? I guess get a piece of tape and try that. No. I got a problem. If I can't get that to separate it, no good. There we go. Got it now. Oh, shoot. So that's what I meant by this tape separating. It did not want to come loose. And if it all worked out good, I should be able to do the same thing with the back check as I did with the front. It seems to be fairly well indexed, but I won't know until I get this loose and the flap cut loose. We'll see. Way more work than one would think. And for those guys who've never done any of this stuff, you will see me work on this project in the taping, masking, and the layout of the stencils 500 times longer than it takes to paint it. When I start to paint this thing, it takes, honestly, less than 5 minutes. And I might be taping this, it might take a day or so, I don't know. Okay. turned out fairly well. Hopefully it's lined up on the back. And it's close. We can fudge it. And you really can't see it on the edge of the trailing edge anyway, so it doesn't much matter. Cut this off and take it out. All good. All good. Yep, fairly close. So I'm going to cut it loose from the wing, and we'll go around the trailing edge. I guess Lyle couldn't get back in. If you type in the chat box, I can see it. Suppose I ought to take the motor and stuff out of this thing so we can get the chicken on here. I don't know what these are supposed to be. Doves, I guess. Thunder chickens! And I'm about 100% sure this is a Cena. And there again, nothing wrong with that. He's a pretty good artist. I did adjust it for my liking. Okay. Now the true test of how this came out is when I get this flap off and try to tape the two together. That looks pretty good. And this looks close. Within the margin of error. I'll hold this up for you and show you what I'm talking about. I need to cut this piece of the stencil away though. The heck was that? Sounds like Beirut outside. I guess they're doing fireworks, I don't know. Yeah, it's a little off. It's probably off a 64th of an inch. Maybe a 32nd, I don't know. If you can see, you're standing too close. Okay. What I'm talking about here, I'll put it up to the camera. What I'm talking about here is this checker to this checker is shifted over to the right, maybe a 32nd of an inch. It is on the inside of the seam, but it's also on the trailing edge out here. Now, when I tape this, I'm going to fudge it, so that won't really much matter. So I gotta find my blue tape. What did I do with the blue? It's gone. I guess I hung it back up. That's a problem. I got the shop organized, and I'm hanging stuff up. And if you hang it up, you can't figure out where the heck stuff is. I got the blue tape. We'll go around this, and hopefully it's already gassed off and down to 54 ounces. So I'm going to use an airbrush to put all this stuff on, and hopefully I can get away with an ounce, ounce and a half of clear, and we'll hit that 56 ounce mark. So in order to keep from scuffing it up, putting any dents and stuff in this thing, I'll do it up here on this foam pad. So I'm going to come right from the corner on, I guess this is the underside, and go all the way around to the other side. And that should, we're going to lose a little bit, but your eye will never pick that up. We're talking thousandths of an inch there. But that joint right on the crack will have been taken care of. Part of building or painting a really successful, a stunning model is the attention to detail in these particular operations right here. You can't make mistakes and expect them to hide them at all, because now these mistakes are out in the world for everybody to see. Any mistake you make here, they're going to be able to see it. So we're going to go from the bottom to the top. I wish there was a way I could cut this. Yeah, I can try to cut it. I'd like to gain about a 32nd. But I can't push very hard on this, or you'll cut into the wood. I can only push through the stencil. And once I get this down, I'll try to show you what I mean. Yeah. I'm not sure this operation I'm doing here, I would suggest a non-experienced modeler to do. You gotta have good knife control. So let's see how I did. I did. It's almost like I want to take that off completely, which I could do. I got it. Hey, okay, what I did there was is I cut back a 64th of an inch off of this stencil without cutting into the flap. So it was even pressure without cutting into the silk span. So now I'm going to put a piece of tape on that and finish it all the way around. We'll do that, and we're not too worried about the leading edge because it's up against the trailing edge and you can't see it, so no big deal. But any of the guys who have ever done any of this will tell you this is what makes a good model, in my opinion. Please, if you have a camera, there's 4 people in the room right now, 5 people. If you have a camera, I'll eat flounder. Okay, well, you have a good one. We'll be here. I'm gonna quit here shortly, and I'll come back at 9 o'clock. I would stay on longer if I could get people on here with a camera that would participate. But I want you to sometime try to talk for an hour without anything to say. There we go. So that's how I've got around that. So now we're going to take some masking tape. Tape off the end. I think I'll okay, that's the top. You know, I hear people with microphones, but no camera. Totally ridiculous. But how good do you want it? You want an outstanding model, or you just want a so-so model? That was a slick way to do that. I know now why the doctors use these scalpels instead of X-Acto knives. You can really control this thing a whole lot better. Okay. There we go. So thanks for coming by the live show. 7 o'clock now. I'll be back at 9. As I stated, I'll run these shows for an hour unless there's somebody in here. But this is not really a lesson plan. This is kind of just to hang out with me, and it's very difficult to talk for an hour. Trust me. All right, so I'll show you this. What I have here is I've got it going all the way around the end of the flap and around the end of the leading edge of this flap. And we'll do the same on the leading edge and trailing edge of the wing. And that should work just about as perfect as you can get. And that way, when you're looking at the wing, you can't see anything where I missed and skimped and cut corners on time. But come 9 o'clock, I should have both sides taped out. Maybe the red taped out. We'll get the XL painted over there. I don't believe that I'll get it all done tonight, but I'm going to really work on this to try to catch up, because I got that airplane up there that needs to be finished by the end of next month, and I have 4 paint jobs to do in there I want to get done and out. I still have to build another one of these and a scale chipmunk before the scale mats next year. And you tell me I'm not going to be busy. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, become a member of Stunt Hanger. If you can support the channel, please do so. There's a support button on there. Help me out with the server costs and all the costs that are involved in all this nonsense. So I appreciate you watching me. Any questions, leave a note in the comment box. You can message me on Stunt Hanger. You can send me an email. You can call me on the phone, or you can come here and ask me a question when I start running these live streams. I'm going to start doing them. I'm figuring I'll try to do it 9 o'clock every night, and it's certain other times. I mean, it takes a lot to do these, but you know, I'll do as many as I can. So, till I see you again, fair winds, tight lines. See ya.